Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I figured I would wear my old National League All-Star tee to talk about all-around baseball and our stars of the first month of the season, batting and pitching. We are going to get right into it. This is Sports Fanatic News. I'm Joe Boric. Well, I think most people that watch baseball will know who the first star is. I mean, damn, Cody Bellinger has 6 stolen bases, 38 RBIs, a 4.12 average, and has 14 home runs. So he is by and large our first star of the month. He's also made some great throws, great catches in any position you put him in. Talk about a five-tool player. They got one. Second would be Christian Yelich, another guy that rates our last year's MVP, picking up where he left off with 15 home runs, 36 RBI, and also 8 stolen bases. And all these guys have over 1,000 OPS, which is absolutely fantastic. And then if we had to start off this year, a great pickup for the Astros so far has been Michael Brantley, who's hitting .336 with a 9.45 OPS, 24 RBIs, and 7 home runs. He would be the third All-Star that's been there, been in big-time hitting at the end of the year for hitting awards, and is now bouncing back. Another guy that might be a surprise name that I would put forth is Tim Anderson. Paul DeJong is going to be fifth, so that was a giveaway. He is hitting .333 with 6 home runs and 18 RBIs and an .891 OPS. He's starting to really come into his own for the White Sox. Fifth would be Paul DeJong, who's hitting .336 with 6 home runs, 15 RBIs, and 3 stolen bases. He is also really coming into his own so far this year. And then sixth will be Royals' Hunter Dozier, who's hitting .343 with 8 home runs and 18 RBIs and over 1,000 slugging as well. And that's very huge because he's a guy they wanted to see get going more out of just than a power role, and he's starting to show that this year. Another guy I have to give credit to as a star of the month, seventh, is stepping up for that big contract so far, at least this season, in Elvis Andrus, which is likely going to make him more trade bait than it's going to make him anything else, since the Texas Rangers will probably likely want to move him due to the fact that they're not that competitive of a team and they're still in the part of the retooling process. But he's at .333, 5 home runs, and 23 RBIs with 6 stolen bags. Eighth, I'm going to have to put my man, even though he's on the Braves. I've always liked Nick Markakis. I'm going to have to put Nick Markakis there, who came back to hit this year. He's been hitting it very well, and he's just one of those guys that keeps hitting even as he ages. .333, 3 home runs, 21 RBIs, and is an on-base machine. Ninth, as much as it pains me to do this, to put a Mets player there, I'm going to have to put Jeff McNeil. He's a guy that definitely has the ability to keep moving up the ladder. I just want to continue seeing stuff from him as a not high-ranked prospect that just came up and started raking. So I want to see what you can get from him as time goes on. But he's .347, 1 home run, and 13 RBIs. And then 10th, I am going to put my man Josh Reddick, who's hitting .333, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. He's not getting in a lot of the runs, but he's still getting the hits and getting on base for those big bats on the Astros, which is huge. By and all those guys that are mentioned are doing their job. And then there's honorable mentions. J.D. Martinez is having a good year. Sin-Soo Choo. Trey Mancini's lighting it up for the Orioles. So these lists are going to change. But those guys are owning the first month of the season, and I think deserve to be mentioned in this talk. Now, if we're looking at pitchers, I mean, why did the Pirates get rid of this guy? Austin Meadows is another honorable mention for the first month of the season. He's doing great for Tampa, and so is his former teammate and now current teammate, Tyler Glasnow. The man is 6-0 with a 1.47 ERA in 43 innings and 46 strikeouts with a .86 whip. He barely gives up hits. So this man is absolutely dominating and deserves to be our top-ranked pitcher out of the month. Second is the Red stud up-and-coming Luis Castillo's really coming into his own. He has 50 innings pitched, 59 strikeouts, a .97 whip, and he's 3-1 with a 1.97 ERA, and that record could be a lot better if the Reds have more run support. Another guy that definitely needs to be mentioned is how good Zach Davies, another young guy at 26 years old, for the Brewers. He's 4-0 with a 1.56 and 40 innings pitched. Not as much of a strikeout guy. He's more of a contact guy with a 1.24 whip, so he's doing his thing. Another guy that needs to be mentioned is also in our division, in Caleb Smith. He's 3-0 with a 2 ERA, and obviously would have a better record. But at 36 innings pitched, he has 45 strikeouts and a .83 WHIP. So right now we have Tyler Glasnow, Luis Castillo, Zach Davies, and Caleb Smith in our top 4. And then another guy that's really come on as a surprise guy, good pitcher, but didn't know he would step up this quickly, is Max Fried at number 5 for the Braves. 4-1 with a 2.11 ERA, 33 strikeouts, and a .99 WHIP. 6 will have to be a guy I always liked, his strong arm. I always thought he was going to be a bulldog out there, and he's starting to show it this year, and that is Marcus Stroman. He's 1-4, which is not a good record, obviously, but that's their team for you. That's Toronto. 2.20 ERA, 41 innings pitched, 39 strikeouts, and a 1.20 WHIP. He should have a better record, to say the least. Jordan Lyles is also doing very well this year for the Pirates. 2-1, 2.20, 32.2 innings pitched, 29 strikeouts, and 1.16 WHIP. If anybody recognizes that name, it's because Jordan Lyles was supposed to be a guy that was up and coming, being a good guy that could keep it down in the zone, get outs, and be a contact pitcher back in the day, went into a lull, and is now coming back up, so good for him. Spencer Turnbull is 8th, who pitched good against the Phillies at a 2.2 clip, 2.31, 39 innings, 38 strikeouts, and a 1.18 WHIP. 9th has to be the guy Domingo Germán on the Yankees. He's 6-1 with a 2.35, 38.1 innings pitched, and 39 strikeout. He's really stepped up for them. And then I will have to agree with them on who they put 10th is Mike Minor, who the Phillies are interested in. I would love to get the bull. He's dominating 3-2, 2.40, 48 innings pitched, 48 strikeouts. The strikeout numbers are really up too. That's a great breaking ball and a .95 WHIP. These are all the guys that have been dominating this month. They're going to keep rocking it out there. Everybody has their lulls, so obviously this list is going to change. But I think for the most part, 90% of the guys mentioned in this video are going to keep rocking to have at least a very solid season, maybe not keep these all-star numbers up. Because if they keep these numbers up, we're going to have a hell of a lot of competition for the all-star game. This has been a great video on who are the top stars of the month in pitching and batting. Baseball's rocking this year. We need to get that attendance back up. There's a bunch of great young infusion in baseball, a bunch of great veterans really coming back into their own, and that is absolutely fantastic to see. Fantastic. So we need to get that viewership up. Let's go MLB. Let's keep dominating it, keep having these great early games, and get into the second month of the season as we already have, and keep dominating. Peace out.